WSTKS-FM Worldwide. Digital collaborative learning for the 21st century. Hello and welcome back to the Collaborative Café, a podcast about the integration of generative artificial intelligence into undergraduate education. My name is Stokes Schwartz, and I'm a professor in the Center for Integrative Studies in the Arts and Humanities here at Michigan State University. The ideas presented here reflect my ongoing research and related ideas around the increasing role of artificial intelligence in the college and university classroom. As we have discussed throughout the previous 9 episodes, artificial intelligence has the potential to revolutionize education by offering personalized learning along with paths toward the creation and sharing of new knowledge that is accessible for everyone, at least in theory. At the same time, the technology presents a number of challenges that can undermine our progress toward diversity, equity, and inclusion goals. For this final program, we'll explore a few of these obstacles while also considering ways to establish a clear intersection between AI on the one hand and DEI on the other. We'll get things rolling in one moment. Thanks for joining me, everyone. As a reminder, today we are looking at a few ways in which AI technology does not always quite dovetail with diversity, equity, and inclusion goals. One key challenge with artificial intelligence is its risk of bias, given that the technology's algorithms are trained on data sets that may not equally represent all student populations. The unfortunate result is that AI systems can inadvertently perpetuate and amplify existing biases and unwittingly contribute to discrimination because these datasets reflect existing social discrepancies and inequalities. For example, an AI system might be more effective at teaching students from specific socioeconomic backgrounds or those with particular learning styles, exacerbating existing disparities. In a tutoring context, an AI-powered system might offer different questions or even more complex problems to so-called high-achiever students, often disproportionately white and male, while at the same time providing simpler tasks to other learners. Other research indicates that facial recognition algorithms, which are increasingly used in educational settings for attendance tracking and security purposes, often have higher error rates for women and people with darker skin tones, which can lead to unfair treatment and increased scrutiny of certain student groups. Moreover, natural language processing models used in AI-powered writing assistants and grading systems have been found to struggle with non-standard dialects and languages, putting students from diverse linguistic backgrounds at a disadvantage. Lack of transparency and accountability can likewise make it difficult to ensure that the use of artificial intelligence systems in the post-secondary classroom aligns with diversity, equity, and inclusion goals. It can be difficult to understand and discern, for instance, how an AI system is making decisions about student learning, undermining trust in that system by both instructors and their students. Indeed, the situation raises questions about who or what is responsible when an artificial intelligence fails or makes a mistake with the output it generates. When misinformation appears in an assignment turned in by a student or a student learning team, is it the responsibility of ChatGPT or the students who prompted it? Many artificial intelligence algorithms, such as deep neural networks, operate in ways in which the internal structure, design, use, and outcome are neither entirely clear nor predictable. While AIs can achieve impressive performance, understanding how they arrive at specific decisions and outputs remains challenging. That lack of clarity means that it is difficult to identify the potential for biases or unintended consequences. AI researchers and practitioners are actively exploring methods for making these models easier to interpret without sacrificing their effectiveness, but as of yet we aren't quite there, meaning awareness, caution, and critical evaluation of AI-generated output remain necessary in our interactions with and use of AI technology. A point for both instructors and their students to keep in mind. Yet another way in which it is difficult to align artificial intelligence use in college and university classrooms with DEI goals has to do with the human touch, or rather the lack thereof. While the technology can be used to automate tasks traditionally performed by human instructors, for example, grading and providing feedback, that use of AI can lead to a depersonalization of the learning experience. Yet personal interaction between instructors and students is crucial to fostering a sense of belonging and providing support to students from diverse backgrounds. Similarly, there are concerns about AI systems' current inability to understand and respond to the nuanced cultural and social contexts that are vital for truly inclusive education. For now, at least, artificial intelligence does not have the lived experiences and cultural knowledge that human educators develop through contact with their students. That lack of true understanding on the part of AI could lead to misunderstanding or insensitive interactions in diverse classroom and course settings. In addition, the use of AI for assessment purposes introduces additional concerns regarding validity, reliability, and fairness. Automated grading systems, for example, might fail to capture the nuanced capabilities of students from less typical backgrounds, for example, neurodivergent students or non-native language speakers, putting these learners at a disadvantage, a point alluded to earlier in today's program. Welcome back, everyone. As we discussed before the break, artificial intelligence systems may inadvertently exclude certain student populations for a variety of reasons. Besides the potential for bias, lack of transparency, and accountability, as well as reduced human-to-human contact, students from marginalized communities or developing countries might lack equal access to these same technologies, exacerbating the so-called digital divide. That gap risks further marginalizing particular groups of students. Now, many individuals from under-resourced areas or underprivileged backgrounds already face limited access to cutting-edge digital technologies, a point brought into sharp focus during the recent global pandemic. Where education is concerned more directly, we learned without a doubt that access to technology and reliable high-speed internet disproportionately affects students from marginalized communities. The increase of AI-enhanced teaching and learning practices as a part of our work with college and university students means that disparity could become more pronounced, potentially widening the academic achievement gap between privileged and disadvantaged learners. WSTKS-FM Worldwide. Digital collaborative learning for the 21st century. If you find this podcast helpful, be sure to hit like, share, and subscribe. Before we conclude for the final time, let's quickly recap some of the obstacles standing in the way of merging artificial intelligence seamlessly with diversity, equity, and inclusion aims. The potential for bias, lack of transparency, accountability, and reduced human-to-human interaction, together with lack of ready and dependable access to digital technologies, currently make the clear intersection of artificial intelligence with DEI goals difficult to navigate. Overcoming such challenges involves not only technological advancements, but also systemic changes to ensure that artificial intelligence benefits all college and university students, regardless of their circumstances. To address exclusion and marginalization in a concrete way requires targeted efforts by researchers, administrators, and instructors to ensure equitable access and support for all when it comes to artificial intelligence in the post-secondary classroom. Collaborative initiatives are essential to provide college and university students with equal access to AI resources, regardless of location or socioeconomic status. By the same token, advocacy for equitable access to AI tools and training in how best to include them in our teaching is crucial to mitigate the types of disparities outlined today. In the college or university classroom, at the grassroots level, a shift in teaching methods and the role of the instructor is also necessary. Professors, lecturers, and graduate teaching assistants need to be well-versed in the use of AI tools to understand how best to integrate them into their teaching practices. Ideally, the related training will be made available by our institutions, ensuring that we occupy a stronger position to achieve that aim. Without that support, instructors in higher education might struggle to effectively integrate the technology into our teaching, which could negatively impact all students, but especially those already grappling with one or more disadvantages. However, those of us working directly with students in the classroom can take steps in the meantime to ensure that artificial intelligence-enhanced teaching and learning practices align with DEI goals. We should first immerse ourselves in a variety of AIs, explore their capabilities, and rigorously assess them before adopting these tools for course and classroom use. We must also examine their development processes, training data, and performance across diverse demographic groups. Secondly, we can supplement that technology with concise templates, worksheets, or checklists to help students think critically about their use of GenAI, its output, and citation of that output before pasting it into their emerging coursework. We must also keep in mind that our use of artificial intelligence should complement rather than replace human interaction. While the technology can provide personalized exercises and feedback, it is human-led discussions and inclusive activities that ensure the cultivation of diverse perspectives on the subject matter under examination. Finally, it is crucial that we prioritize the transparent and ethical use of AI with our students to move them in the direction of digital and AI literacy. That vigilance on our parts will help to ensure that diversity, equity, and inclusion goals do not fall by the wayside as we integrate the use of artificial intelligence further into our courses. And that brings us to the end of my 10-program series on how college and university instructors can integrate generative artificial intelligence into their courses and classrooms. Thank you for joining me this summer in the Collaborative Café. My name is Stokes Schwartz, and I hope to talk to you again soon. Until then, bye for now, and have a healthy, safe, and a productive academic term for fall 2024. You've just heard a podcast from WSTKS-FM Worldwide, digital collaborative learning for the 21st century.